Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is me again, SondesArafah, and this video is going to be about the course I've been through the last semester, which is COL. So, what is COL? COL is about how to use the technology in order to facilitate the process of learning. Besides, how to create your own techniques in teaching a subject. COL refers to computer-assisted language learning, where, as I said, how to use the technology, including computers and smartphones, in facilitating the process of teaching. In the course, we've been through some requirements. We got the midterm requirements and the final requirements. So let's start with the first thing, the midterm requirements. First requirement was preparing a PPT, Prezi, and e-poster for a topic you choose and you find yourself interested in. Now, for the PPT, I think most of you are familiar with the Microsoft PowerPoint and how to make your own presentation and decorative and follow the steps and choosing the number of slides you want and so on. So there's nothing new. But there's something actually, so it just kept the good stuff for the last. And for the e-poster, it was a little bit different because you have the choice whether to make your own poster or just to download a template and filling with the information you got. But I chose to make my own, and it was a mess, to be honest. So I don't have a copy for it. Like, I think both of them, PPT and the e-poster, even the Prezi, I got them on a laptop, so I don't have a copy here to just show you. But to be honest, it was a mess. Like, it wasn't like that elegant. So as I say, you can choose a template, download one, and fill it with the information you got from the topic. And we choose the same topic for the three things, for the presentation and the poster and the Prezi. In the e-poster, you have to be careful not to include every single detail about your topic. You have to deal with the poster like a handout for your topic. Just put the heads and points you want to talk about and some little information. Also, if you got stickers and graphs, you can include some of them. So that was for the PPT and the poster. Not that much. I didn't that much in it. Then go to the Prezi. So what a Prezi? Prezi in short was a platform where provide a presentation template suitable for students, teachers, and even for companies. So it was like preparing a presentation in an advanced way, and more creative way. And I prefer it more than PowerPoint. And as I said, the three of them were about the same topic and the same information. So I didn't face some difficulties in preparing a Prezi, but I actually enjoyed it a lot. Now, after we finished the three first projects, we were asked to prepare another one, which are 2 pages newsletter, a school one, and to make a review video. You can choose to play a game or just to download a vocabulary app. And also the game should be about how to learn vocabs. So let's start with the 2 pages newsletter. A 2 pages newsletter is mostly like a weekly newsletter, a newspaper, but it does contain only 2 pages, not like the newspaper we're familiar with. So before you start working on the newsletter, your project, just go and have a look of the format of the newsletter and how does it look, what the kind of information you gotta put in. So it's gonna be useful for you before you start working on it. So in general, newsletter always contains like a start of the week, some important dates, latest news. and you gotta choose an attractive name for your newsletter. Now, as I did for mine, it was named for my workplace, the Future Academies. So that was the general about the newsletter. Now, for the game review or the app review, game or app review, as I say, you gotta choose between two. Whether you play a vocabulary game for 2 weeks or download a vocabulary app and use it for 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, we have to follow a specific format the professor downloaded. We have to mention whether the game or the app was exciting or not, what we learned from it, what the strongest points, the weakest points, and some points I didn't remember all of them. Shame on me. So I followed these. I followed the rubric and started making my video. And for making my video, I used an app called VN, editing video app called VN. There's something I forgot actually to mention. The video game review is attached to the final requirements. So yeah, one of the requirements for the final exam is the video game review. And second thing of the final requirements was creating an interactive game. So first I was a little bit confused, like, how am I gonna just create a game? Like, is it gonna be a Mission Impossible or how? But after I saw the links the professor gave us, I figured out it was only about how to use PowerPoint in order to design your game. So first thing you have to do is go back to your PowerPoint and start building your game. After you decide what your game is going about, like the theme of it, the number of slides, go to the main clue of this process, which is hyperlink. Actually, I saw this in one of the YouTube channel. It was for Dr. Abdullah Firkawi, I think, if I pronounce it correct. So Dr. Abdullah said it's all about how to link two slides together, or a number of slides in one slide, to just take you to the specific slide. Like when you said wrong, you find something in slide 4. So when you click a wrong answer, you just go to the slide 4. When you click the right answer, just go to, for example, second slide. Well, mine was the main theme of it, Winnie the Pooh. Play with Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh, so I choose to be cute like Winnie. So I did work on it, but I wish to have enough time to make it much better. But I'm proud of it, alhamdulillah. Now back to the requirements of the finals. After we finished designing our games, we gotta choose between two things: preparing a storytelling podcast or preparing an online lesson on one of the online platforms. So I choose to go with the podcast. Why? Honestly, I hadn't much time. I was too busy with the work stuff and so on. So I found the podcast is better for me. For the podcast, I started with choosing a story, which was The Ant and the Beetle. Then I recorded myself reading the story the way it should be. So that's why if you want to do or go with the podcast, try to listen to some so you got an overview how it goes. After that, I started working on my video podcast using the same video for the app review, game or app review, VN. Actually, I have fun when I was making the podcast. Like when I was playing with my voice tone, it was like hilarious. Whenever I get back to the video and I listen to it, it was like, did I make this? Yeah, I made it. And the way it was matching to the story theme, it was something I didn't been before. And plus, I've never expect myself to made it, actually. Now, moving to the last project in this course was creating a classroom on Google Class, so we can use it to test the exam we prepared in Google Form. So we were asked to create a classroom using the Google Classroom app, in the same time creating a test, a form in Google Forms. So we invite some of our friends and families and give them the test so we see how does it work. After preparing and working on all of the projects, are we finished yet? Nope. There's 2 things left to finish the course. But before that, we got to collect all of our work and upload it on a site created by the professor. So each one of us had her own page, upload her work so she can publish it soon. After that, we start writing our reflective essay. I am not that kind of people that like to write a lot, so I faced the problem writing an essay of 11 to 12 body paragraph. I was shocked, like it's been a while since I wrote my last essay and how it's gonna be. But when I started following the structure, I found out that I'm enjoying it. Like, I found myself writing about every single detail and problem, what I faced, what I did. So I forgot about the number of pages and number of paragraphs. So I kept telling every single thing happened to me. And that was challenging, actually. I remember I finished it at 4 a.m. I remember. Yeah, at 4 a.m. Plus I got the full mark, and that was satisfying, alhamdulillah. Moving to the last thing to conclude the course with, which was the open book exam. It was my first lifetime taking an open book exam. In short, I thought it's gonna be difficult and hard to achieve, but it was not. Actually, the professor helped us a lot, so she made it easy for us to conclude with something like cheerful. So we took the exam and it was easy, alhamdulillah. And with that, we finished the course. In conclusion, Cole wasn't that easygoing stuff. Cole is, if you want it, come and get it. You gotta work hard so you can pass the subject. And that isn't something bad. No, we learned a lot. So thanks for Dr. Intisar for all what she did for us. And I hope I can manage and make and use all what I got in the future. Ya Rab. Stay safe all, and I wish you all pass call with the grade you want. Salam.